Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, I'm Spirit Medium Laura, your host of this radio show. I've been channeling spirit for over 30 years and recently was chosen for the 2014 book, 100 Top Psychics in America. Here's how to LOVE love your readings on this radio show. L is for let spirit lead. O is for only one question or connection per caller. V is for validate all advice with a licensed professional. And E is for enjoy the show. Stay tuned for additional announcements.
Hi, everybody. This is Spirit Medium Laura. Welcome to Healing to Happiness on this beautiful August 19th, 2015. I have to admit, today is a very light day in the queue, although it doesn't necessarily mean anything because usually, it's during the days, the last 2 weeks of August. Labor Day is coming up, and a lot of people are just really, really, really relaxed, maybe on vacation or what have you. So one of the things I like to look at in life is if things don't happen according to the way you'd like them to happen, how does that relate to manifesting? For example, let's say that I did a prayer before this show that the queue be filled with people, and yet people do not show up. Is that a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. The more you look at everything as good, the more good will come to you. And that will be the theme of today's time together. Although I have no idea who's going to show up or not show up. I do have some people waiting, but not a lot, as usually have way more than I can handle. But there's a reason for that. And when we find the reason, that's the good thing. In any event, welcome to Healing to Happiness, which I usually dedicate the first 30 minutes or so to other side connections, and then the remaining time to a mix of mediumship and other side connections. I also do a lot of healing during the show, not only emotional, mental, spiritual, but also sometimes even physical, although all intuitive services are in complement to and not replacement for appropriate professional licensed advice. I need to go to my little cliff notes here. My little cheat notes, because I always forget things I need to say to you all. Blah, 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 blah. If you want to jump to the top of the queue, we have the 8 No Wait, which is a donation of 8, makes you go right to the top of the list of people waiting for readings. Speaking of readings, if you'd like to get a reading, just call area code 347-945-5849. That's area code 347-945-5849. This show repeats Mondays. Well, not repeats. It's a live original. Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And on Wednesdays, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Eastern. I just said Eastern. You can watch everything I'm saying, even a video of me, a live video feed. If you go to spiritmediumtv.com, that's spiritmediumtv.com. That's the website that has everything I'm saying on it. It's the website for this show, including a live video feed of me doing the show, which is riveting, I might add. If you'd like to be in to win a psychic session with me, just join the mailing list on the upper right of spiritmediumtv.com. And also, as a listener of the show, even if you're listening to this at a future time, you do have access to a discount for private time with me. For example, if you order 30 minutes, you'd get an additional 1/3 more time, which would be 40 minutes. And for this, that is actually a 25% discount. So just go to booklaura.com. That's booklaura.com, and put in the event name and date when you book your appointment, and you will automatically be getting extra third time with me. Events coming up. There's a link to my meetup, which has everything, including virtual events. That's at Spirit Medium TV. Just go there and go down the page. You'll see the link on Meetup. One or two highlights of some of the things I do. I do a monthly trance circle, which is quite exceptional, I might state myself, as evidence is quite abundant at these things. Usually they sell out, and it's private intimate live in person with me, Spirit Medium Laura. So that's one thing that happens every month. And right now, second week of September, I am doing a ongoing training, full day training. The first thing that I will be covering is soul purpose abundance. Soul purpose abundance. And that would be in September. So there are links to that on my meetup. And, well, let's get ready for our sessions or whatever the heck we're going to do today. After I prepare us all, then I will do some channeling, and then I'll see if there are some people already waiting in the queue. I'll go to them, and then there's something else I can speak about that would be very interesting as well. So one moment, please, as we prepare. I'd like everybody listening to uncross your arms and legs. So you go into open body position, and if you would start to focus on your breath from your abdominal area, breathing in deeply and releasing deeply, breathing in deeply from your abdominal area and releasing deeply. If you are waiting for an other side connection, please ask your loved ones to come in, the specific that you desire, or just invite them in. And also, if you're asking for a life question, a message about your own life, then think of that. If you're wanting a healing, think of that. Please focus in on that now. As you do that, I'm going to go off and invoke the prayer. I'll be back in a second. Please invoke all requests made earlier today in Master Preparation. So it is. And now back to everybody listening. On your next exhale of breath, I would like you to release into your space, your energy, and I will connect us. One moment, please. Okay. The word fantasy comes in today, fantasy, as if to say the people in the audience today, whoever they are, have a lot of fantasy in their life. Perhaps they're not dealing with reality enough. They need to balance that with more realistic expectations. And so the message therein is base not your decisions on fantasy, but rather on facts. For facts will lead you forward. Fantasy will only keep you stuck. So get fantasy out of the way and start looking at facts. Okay, I'm going to go off now and pull in the Master Guide, St. Ignatius Loyola, more commonly known as Ola, which I recently discovered is also channeled by John of God, a famed Brazilian healer. And both of us, unbeknownst to each other, have been channeling this particular entity. I have for over 30 years, and I'm not sure what his history, but I know that's his Master Guide as well. Funny coincidence that I would have discovered that recently. In any event, he is also part of the team of entities called the Ones, which work on the evolution of mankind, their consciousness, their souls, aligning with Source, living abundantly, and moving to a higher vibrational state. One moment while I call them in. Hold on. We are here. We are the Ones. Yes, we have been waiting on the sidelines for you to call us in, dear one, and all of the audience to be awakened by us. We are happy that you are here today, that all of you are listening, and that you are abundantly so. We are, yes, specialists in the land of abundance, the issues of abundance, how your soul aligns with Source and aligns with your ego so that you will be more abundant. When we say soul aligns with Source, we mean that your soul will be working from higher levels vibrationally versus lower levels vibrationally. Yes, a soul can be working at lower levels vibrationally. Many people on earth think a soul can only be aligned with Source. We differ with that. we would like to place in your mind the idea that a soul is simply a reflection of your ego, and vice versa. Your ego is a reflection of your soul. And so ego can be soul if misaligned with ideals, with source, and with vibration. You need to align yourself with source constantly, not just from the soul's perspective, but from your ego's perspective. Each and every one of you could go in either direction. The way to know the difference, if you're aligned with source or if you're aligned with fear, God, love, or fear, is to look at your life. Is it providing for you what you need? Are you happy? Are you abundant? Do you have a sense of flow in your life? God flow as it is, which would mean guidance, opportunities, and destiny. If your life is in chaos, if you're in a downward spiral in terms of income or in the way things sit in your life, then you need to look at your life and start clearing out those things that do not work. So it is fear usually behind that. And we recommend that each and every one of you release fear on a daily basis. Today we will give you a way to release fear. We will allow you now to do a meditation with us, which will help you release fear. We would like each of you now to start breathing abdominally again. Go to that center core of your body and breathe in deeply, please. And now release deeply, please. And do that 1 or 2 or 3 more times, allowing yourself to feel calm and centered as you focus on the breath. Your breath is probably the most potent way for you to begin to feel relaxed. That is why exercise can be quite relaxing, because it forces breath into the lungs. So if you are feeling stressed out at times, it is important then to do deep breathing, and if you have the energy, to do some sort of physical stretching, movement, walking, whatever it might be, to help bring air into the lungs. Air is your primary connection to source. There is no other way to do this on earth. Air is your inspiration. And so each and every time that you do feel fearful, we recommend that you do breathe in any way that you can align with breath. The primary way being deep breathing, and a secondary support to that would be movement and exercise. Namaste. We wish you a beautiful day. Okay, well, that's interesting. I had no idea they were going to say that. I wasn't thinking of it. Now, there you go. See, we have a whole bunch of people waiting here. Oh, goodness gracious. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I am going to open to the first person who is waiting for an other side connection, and that would be Nazir. Hold on. Hello, Nazir. How are you today, sweetheart?
Hello.
Hi, honey. Now I don't.
Hey.
Good. Now I already did bring in your grandma, maybe last week or the week before, and I want to remind you, and I appreciate you calling in, honey. It's nice to have you here, but I can't keep bringing in souls for you over and over again. You do need to take time between mediumship. It needs to refurbish its battery, so to speak. Let me just say this,
Okay.
since I do have you here, and I'm glad to have you here. Is there something that someone else you want me to connect with beside? Okay, hold on for a second. Well, I do hear mother again, so I don't know if your actual mother is in spirit or a mother figure for you. It might have to be a grandma again. Let me just develop that for a moment, okay, honey? Hold on for a second. Who's here for Nazir? Who's here for Nazir? You have grandmas. I hear both on both sides of the family, not just your fathers or mothers, but both sides of the family. Seems to be some grandmas there. You have grandmas on both sides, right, honey? Your grandmas, you have two grandmas there? Okay, both of them are there looking in on you every day, and also trying to feed you and make sure you eat right. And also, even though you sound very young, do you have babies around you, honey? Children? Are you caring for children? Or?
Yeah, I have a bunch right now.
Okay, so you're like a teacher or something, is that? Okay. Yeah, okay. Now, there is one grandma that steps forward. I believe she's on the father side of the family. She has, the way she shows herself to me, she's on a taller scale, slender body. Her hair is in the shorter to medium length realm. It's got white in it. It's layered and it's kind of wavy. Nice. It's nice and conditioned and soft. It's got a lot of white in it, gray in it, steel gray in it, going to black. She's the first one, and what's probably the only one I'll bring in today. Her legs are slender. She's wearing a dress that ends right under her knees. She wears a hat also, and she says she liked to go to school also. She says you're a good girl. She says you take care of the home very well, and you take care of your life. You take care of everything very well. You're very organized, and you're very bookish. And she says also it seems that you're going on for higher education, that you're not stopping where you are. Is that correct, love?
Yes.
Okay, she loves that about you. She loves that about you. They're going on for higher education, get more degrees. She says they will serve you well in the long run, and she says you won't have to be stuck at the level you're at anymore. And although I know that she says that you like the work you're doing, she says that you can always do better for yourself. And she says the money will be better, and you'll have more respect, and you want to get ahead, and she's very proud of you for that. She says she wishes she had the chance. Right. She says she wishes she had the chance to go on for higher education like you did, because she only went to high school level. Do you remember that, honey, for Grandma and Dad's side?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. She only went to high school level, although she did take that very seriously in her day. Two other little weird things. She's showing me something about... It's like she just jumped to something a little different, Nazir. One of the things she shows me is that she did smoke cigarettes. Do you remember if Grandma and Dad's side smoked cigarettes, please?
Mm-hmm.
And there's also something about chewing gum or chewing something else. It could be tobacco. I don't really know. I don't know why she would bring that in. It would have something to do with her health or some reason. She wouldn't just say it. So let me just see what she's talking about. What's that? What do you talk about, Grandma, with the chewing tobacco? She liked to chew or chomp on things. She always had something in her mouth. Do you remember her chewing on things like gum or tobacco or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she was always chomping on something. She says you used to make fun of her a little bit, or tease her about it a little bit. And she says she wanted to say that to you because it's one of her distinctive characteristics. She says you're not at all like her in those respects.
Our family does it.
Oh, really? Okay. She says, but you're not like that. She says, you're not like that at all. She says, you're very respectful of your teeth and your health, and you wouldn't be chomping on things the way we were always chomping on things. So I guess that means something to do with whatever they were chewing on wasn't good for their health. Let me just see if Grandma wants to give me more about that. Was that gum, Grandma, or was that tobacco, please? Gum mostly, but I did do a little bit of tobacco chewing here and there, more in my youth, and you didn't know about it. So Nazir, she's saying you didn't know about the tobacco, but she did do that even when she was younger. She also seems that there's something to do with this in her mouth. Yeah, and there's something to do with this and her mouth, as if she contracted something that was bad for her health from the chewing that she did. And she gives me the impression that she gives me the impression she had tongue or mouth or neck cancer, something like that. Did she have a cancer that was in that area, please, that you know of?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. All right, because she's saying she had mouth cancer from whatever it was she was chomping on all the time. It was bad for her health, and she never was able to recuperate. She says you're smart not to chew on the things they were chewing on. So whatever it is, it wasn't good for their health. Okay. Now, what is it? What do you know? What it? Some kind of a. Okay, there was tobacco when she was younger, but there's also something else she's showing me, which it's some kind of a beet or a bean or something that darkens the teeth. And I think is a mild stimulant that might have been part of the culture or what they were eating at the time. Now, are you familiar with that, honey? Because I'm really conjecturing a lot from what she's giving me. I'm kind of
supposed. It sounds so familiar.
Okay, but you're not sure about.
I'm familiar, but I'm not too sure.
Okay, well, okay, but you do know that there was a problem in the throat and neck. Sorry. There's a problem in the mouth area,
Right.
the throat, and the neck. Okay, because that's where her illness comes from. It comes from chewing something, and she uses the word, get this one, beetle juice. Beetle juice. What is beetle juice? Do you know what that is?
That's a movie. It's a movie I used to always watch, actually.
Yeah, but it's more than that. It's something to chew on.
It's a movie I know.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Beetle juice.
Oh,
It's a nut. Oh, it's the beetle nut. It's the beetle nut. And this is the beetle nut is chewed into. People chew on it in various parts of the world. Where was your family from? Where's your family from? Your grandma.
Oh, I mixed everywhere.
Well, grandpa, your father's mother. Where was she from?
I can't remember at the moment. But, like, we're mixed with a bit of everything.
Okay. Well, there's a beetle nut it's also called a areca nut, which is African. It can be chewed in the Pacific, Asia, and parts of Africa. So this is one of the things she was chewing on. Okay? I just want you to know that. It's something for you to check on, okay? Check on in your family. And it caused irritation in her mouth and gums. Eventually, she contracted something there that was very bad for her health. So stay away from anything that's going in your mouth, she says. It's not good for you, okay? Stay away from anything going in your mouth that's not good for you. She says, I'm fine here with the angels. I love you very much. Take care of your health and keep on with the schooling. And she loves you so much. Thank you very much, Nazir, for calling in, honey. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you, love. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to go to Victoria. Did I go to Victoria the other day? I don't think so. Victoria, I haven't spoken to you recently, have I, honey?
No, not for spirits or anything like that.
Okay. All right. All right. So we're going to try to make a connection for you to the other side. All right. Hi, Victoria, 914 area code. I just use that for vibrational match, honey. Okay. Okay, so well, that's interesting. You wouldn't have anybody in your family that has American Indian in them, would you? Or somebody that wears their hair long and dark, like straight?
A male? No, not American Indian, no.
No, a female. Okay, let me just show you what I see. This is very interesting. I go to your aura and I look around you, and I see on the right, it's actually your left shoulder, but it's on my right. When I'm looking at you, a woman who has long dark hair. She's in the area of your aura that would stand for grandma on mother's side. So I'm just going to give you what I'm seeing, and maybe we can make some sense of it. Long dark hair, it looks very smooth and silky, and she has more of an off brown kind of skin to her. Do you have any kind of Indian? It could be Taino Indian, it could be Caribbean Indian, it could be any kind of Indian in your bloodline. Do you have anything like that, honey, please?
No, none at all. But I don't know if you're picking up because I just straightened my hair, even though it's brown, but it's lighter now because of the sun.
Oh, so it's your hair?
Smooth.
Oh, okay. Well, why would I be picking that up from Grandma's location? Maybe Grandma's trying to come in and showing me your hair. Do you have are you tanned a little bit right now? Do you have like a light tan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very tan right now, yes.
Oh, okay. Grandma's saying a light or burnished tint to your skin and your hair at this point from the sun and also being in the sun outdoors a lot. You're a very good person, very clean. Really? Clean around the house. You take care of family well. You seems like you have children. It feels like there's a couple of boys under you or boys in the family. Yes? Victoria?
Yes,
okay.
Three boys.
3 boys.
Yes, 3 boys.
Okay, so who's saying this to me from spirit? Please come in. It's Grandma and your mother. Now, do you have a mom in spirit also, honey, or just Grandma?
Just Grandma.
Okay, let's go see if we can pull her in. Please, Grandma, come in. So Grandma's hair is black.
Usually straightforward.
Yeah, her original color is black hair. Okay, that's what she's showing me. Okay, very dark and like yours. When she was younger, she wore it long and straight. And so she wants me to know that, to tell you that, okay, that your hair is very much like hers now, the way you're wearing it, because when she was young, it was long. And it shows me a little wave to it, but very smooth kind of texture to the hair, beautiful hair. So when she's younger, she's wearing her hair longer. Okay, maybe before even that you might have, just, when she's a younger person. You'll probably find some pictures
I don't think they took pictures back then. I don't know.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm 62 and I have pictures of my grandmother. So you're younger than I am. Okay. I'm sure
I have pictures of my grandma, but not when she was, there's no pictures when she was even in her teens.
Really? Oh, I have a picture of my grandmother.
No.
I have a picture of my grandma when she had hair to the floor. She was in her 20s. Isn't that amazing?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was, I think, 1917 or something. Anyway, let's continue with your grandma who's here. She's a very pretty woman, very lovely woman. She has a strong nose and high cheekbones. And
yes.
yeah, and it reminds me a lot of an Indian. Okay, it has that kind of feel to it, as the look. So that's the picture she first gave me. Then is of herself as an Indian. Looking like an Indian, not saying she is an Indian, but looking like an Indian. I'm interpreting it to say it looks like an Indian. So she's got these high cheekbones, right. She's got an olive complexion, a little bit of brownish, and she's got dark hair, long dark hair in this image. She's very much like me in your looks, and in your habits and your personality.
Yes.
And she says, I didn't mean, she says, I didn't mean to imprint you this way. She says, but I was around the house a lot when you were growing up. She was around the house. Yes, okay. You were, and so you learned a lot about life from her. And something about, remember we said cleanliness, cleaning and keeping things clean, neat and tidy, having a nice organized household, making things last, finding other uses for things before you throw them out. All of these things I was doing when you were growing up, and you have carried on that tradition for me. She says, I'm very, very proud of you, Victoria, for running a good ship. Or running a good house. I'm just making the word shit. She says, so she gives me the impression of her personality is very organized, very, she's domestic, strong personality, but very clean and organized and that kind of a thing. There seems to be more than one child in your level, your peers, like you're not the only child growing up. Right, you had to share things in the family. There's at least, it looks like 3 to 4 children. I see at least a sister to you, if not one brother.
Yes.
And you got a big house, and mom's there, grandma's there, everything. It's a big home, a big happy home, and everybody's having a great time. She says, those were the days. She says, but you carry on for her. As if you're the matriarch of the family. She says, you're going to, and you are. Now, you said you have 3 boys, right, honey?
Yes, I have 3 boys.
Wow. Wow.
And I have 3 sisters and 1 brother.
So it's a big family. You have a nice big family. And you do have the 3 sisters. 3 sisters. Oh, my God. And 1 brother. Yeah.
And the 1 brother. And you said that. So I'm like, with the 1 brother, I'm like, yep, thank God. It was more than enough.
That's a lot. That's 4 or 5. That's 5 children. And grandma, it reminds me a lot of my own relatives that lived on Long Island. So, not that I didn't grow up in.
7 kids.
Wow.
My grandmother, 7.
Wow.
8. 7 or 8.
Yeah. This grandma of yours reminds me of my own family, because my mother's sister lived on Long Island, had 6 children, 5 girls and 1 boy, very similar to yours. And grandma, which is the one I was just telling you about with the long hair, when she was really young, she was in that household. So I kind of get the feeling it's easy for your grandma to give me the feeling of the feeling of that big happy family. There's fights, pillow fights, people running, jealousies, all the things that happen in a big happy home. So grandma comes in with a lot she comes in with a lot of exuberance, a lot of happiness. She loves you all very much. There'll be a personal message, but there's going to be 1 or 2 other things about her before we go into that. Hold on, grandma, please come in, love. I love you very much, your doll. Are you Italian, honey? Are you Italian ancestry?
Albanian.
Okay, wonderful. All right, let me just see something here. So notice she's got those nice high cheekbones, strong nose, dark hair. How did you, Grandma? Come here, sweetie. You're just like her. She keeps saying that over and over again. I love you so much. Okay. I want you to show me one or two of the things, Grandma, about yourself, honey, okay? I'm not going to say it out loud to you, Victoria, because I don't want you to tell me, okay? Sometimes people get my words and then they answer. I don't mean it for you. Hold on. I'm going to be silent with Grandma. Okay. And there's also a GRE, Gregory or Greg, a GRE name that comes
George?
in. Could be George. I thought it was GRE, Gregorian or something. So it's George. Okay, that's a name that's coming in. Let me just go to her now. Okay, I feel there's problems with breathing with her towards the end of her life.
Yeah.
Feels like a hand's on my chest. I can't even breathe. Okay, a lot of coughing. She couldn't control herself, and finally that took its toll. Although I do see, she looks petite. She looks very slender, highly energetic body. You know, like one of these people couldn't sit still, right? Hands into everything, and then finally this took. Her hands are old. I can see them. You know, she lives to an advanced age. She might have had arthritis or whatever in them. Yeah, but then the thing that really took her life was the lungs and the breathing problems. Finally, that was the thing that took her out. And earlier than she would have liked to been. You know, if she had nothing wrong with her, no disease, she could have lived on and on and on and on. But that took her by storm. She's sorry she had to leave as early as she did. She says, let me see. I'm going for a personal message from Grandma. Okay, hold on. Grandma. What's the personal message? Just, I love you very much. Carry on for me. You're the matriarch now. Take care of everything. Now, why does she keep calling you matriarch, sweetie? Are you the oldest of the brew or something? Or is there some reason for that? Do you know?
No, because I'm the only one, and I can honestly say it's not, I'm not conceited in the least bit. I'm the only one that seems to cause peace and understanding between all the families, whatever wars they're going through, because our family is huge, and whether my husband's side or her side, I try to make everyone look at two sides to a person's actions, why this person did this and why this person did this, well, maybe did this, and nobody seems to want to do things like that, and I'm the one that seems to always be doing that.
Perfect. Oh, it makes perfect sense to me. All right, sweetie, because she said it 3 times, and I'm like, what the heck? What does she mean there? Okay. Well, thank you so much, Victoria.
She's talking about my mom also. I'm sure of it because of what's going on there with her daughter-in-law and stuff like that, to try to keep peace with them. I'm sure that's what she means, to keep trying to keep peace.
All right, honey. Well, you're doing a great job of that. Carry on for Grandma. She loves you very much.
Thank you very much. Just one thing before you go. The person that came in with the G, was it a GJ or a GE?
I'll just tell you what I heard was Greg, Greg. So could that be George? I don't know. I mean, all I can do is.
Huh? My husband's cousin just recently died. It could be an Albanian name. Jadosh, it was called. Recently passed. So I don't know if he was trying to get in or trying to say something.
Oh, how do you spell that name, honey? Give it to me.
GJELOSH.
And how do you pronounce that again?
Jadosh.
Could be, because it was like, to me, I don't know Albanian names, so I'm hearing Gregor. Is there an English translation for that name?
Yeah, George.
Oh, okay, George. All right. Well, maybe it's that. Let me. I can't say to Grandma now. Is that
in English? It's Jadosh and George.
Okay. Well, all I can say is it sounded to me like Gregory. So if that means you, then yes, she's trying to give me that name, but I can't say anything more than that. It was very clear when it popped in. It's definitely a G name, and there's definitely a consonant and an E after that. So by that, GJE, I had GRE, but I don't know, Albanian names. So we'll just have to leave that mystery there for you. Okay, sweetie?
Oh, thank you so very much. This was such a blessing. You have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Sure, you too, honey. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so I'm going to go to a live question. That would be Holly. Hi, Holly. How are you, honey?
Hi, fine, thank you.
Good. Thank you, too. Okay, so you have a live question, and what I'd like you to do is just give me the question, not any background, okay?
It's like more finance. I guess the finance.
Okay, and now I need will your finances get better? Is that the question? I need a question.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Fine. All right. This is for Holly, area code 253. Will her finances get better? Yeah. They're on the upspring now. You've been doing a lot to improve them. It looks like you're budgeting things. You're taking care of business more these days than you ever did before. I don't know what they mean by that, honey. It's like it's channeled into me. But you're taking care of all those things that need to be taken care of. I feel that your income, although not where you want it to be, at least is steady for now, which is an improvement over the past. I think the next challenge is to increase the income. Like, how do I move it to a new level? And I want you to know that because you've taken all these steps, okay, putting yourself on a budget, watching what you're spending, and now you have a steady job, you kind of like have proven to spirit, if you will, that you mean business. And guess what?
What?
Spirit is returning to you a response. The response is you will be getting more money in the long run. You will earn more money. So we're going to look at that for a second. I want to see if I can help you understand what, if anything, you need to do to earn more money. May I do that, please, Holly? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And also, I don't know why they're saying this, Spirit is saying that there's a father figure for you in spirit that is helping you with this. Somebody in the family that was very good with numbers is watching out for you. That's just an aside message. So let me just go forward now. In her life, this is Holly 253, money. You're going to get a promotion where you are, not a new job. And it feels like you got in there to get your foot in the door. You took whatever you could get, hoping that you would be groomed and or available for something when it opens up, and it will happen.
Oh, great.
Okay?
Yeah.
And you don't need to do anything other than what you've been doing, because you've been doing all the right things. You know, you've been doing all the right things. And it's like, you know, when you stick your nose to the grindstone, life responds. There's a saying, it's somebody's very famous quote, but I don't remember who made this statement, but the harder I work, the luckier I get. And you are a great, and you're a great example of that.
I have the word lucky on my wall.
There you go. Perfect. And you are, but you see, you've put effort in. And this is for everyone listening. If you're not achieving results, you haven't put the energy in, because it goes like this. It's a spiritual law. Energy in, energy out. If anybody wants something for nothing, the universe doesn't work that way. The universe only works with vibration. So if you're working hard and you're putting in the ideas and all of this development of yourself to improve your financial situation, the world, the universe, whatever you want to call it, responds to that in turn and reflects that back to you. So it's a good lesson for all of us, even myself. Sometimes I fall into the habit of saying, you know, I just want it to be easy. Well, then I don't get any results. But then when I put some effort in, I get results. So congratulations to you, Holly. You've been putting in the effort and you're getting results. Okay?
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome, honey. God bless. Bye-bye. Okay, I am going to go to Cindy, who's wanting a life question. Cindy. Hello, Cindy. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. So, if you would just please give me your question. No background, just the question. We'll take care of you today. Go ahead.
Okay. Could you give me any insight and spiritual guidance on the relationship that I'm in and what direction I should take it?
Okay. Let's see here. Where should she go with this? Up, down, or sideways? Cindy 352. You should stay in the relationship. That's the first thing I want you to know. And, you know, it's a very developed relationship. There's no way to easily leave the relationship. You're in it for growth, personal growth, both of you. It doesn't feel bad to me. It feels good to me, the relationship. I don't know if you're having problems or if you're wondering if it will lead to commitment. But let me just continue to flow on this for a moment or two longer, and then we'll come back to you. It will develop the both of you as people over time. It's a good relationship. It's a soulmate relationship, and not in a bad way, but a good way. It feels to me like the two, or you could also call it twin flame, as if the two of you have come together to really live this lifetime together. I don't see a lot of problems there. If you're wondering if it's going to lead to marriage or a commitment or something, I need you to tell me that, because right now all I get is a good relationship for both of you. You're supposed to be together. It balances the both of you out.
Okay, yes, I am wondering if it'll lead to marriage also. There have been some problems lately, and it's just, I mean, it's good most of the time, but there's, I mean, just, he's got some major addictions, and been working through them, but habits he's picked up along life's way before I met him, and just don't know if he's going to be able to overcome them. And he throws temper tantrums, and I'm just raging tantrums out of the clear blue when he gets caught. So that's why my hesitation.
Okay.
Which direction to take it?
Okay. So when we go back to the idea of growth, okay, learning how to set boundaries and love thyself more than the relationship. That's what you're doing. That's what you should do now. I want to see what the potential is of this individual, growing in his turn, or his opportunity for growth here. Let me just see, because I feel a lot of love there, deep connection, but obviously this is a problem. So let me just go to him for a second. This is with Cindy. This man. So what we have here is a man who he's a little bit on, when that happens, he's going back to infantile responses, infantile level. The tantrums and all of that is like a baby, like, take care of me. Of course, you're not going to take care of him. You're going to take care of yourself first. Does he have the potential to grow? Yes, he has the potential to grow. Actually, what I would say, and I don't mean to be overly optimistic, but I'm going to be, is that he actually wants to grow. And so when he does these things, it's almost like you taking a time out with him. Or setting a boundary is what he really wants, because it helps him figure it out. And he really wants to grow. So on a deep soul level, he's wanting to grow, and you are the kind of person that he can grow with. I'm not saying that you should bet your whole life on him or the farm or everything else, but it seems to me like overall, he's raising these things so that you will do the tough love thing. And when you do the tough love thing, he grows in turn and comes back to you a better person for it. So this is a deeper way of perceiving your relationship. The only way to get those results from him is not through manipulating him, but through self-care. So if you impose boundaries there, it looks to me like that's what he really wants, because then it forces him to clean up his act. Does that make sense to you, honey?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's really hard for you. I know it's hard because you care for the guy, and sometimes when you'd like to have his companionship, you can't have it until he clears all of this up. That means that you may have to choose, I'm going to be alone this weekend, or I'm going to go out with friends and do something else, because this man needs a timeout. And if he can rise to those levels, which I do see the potential there, okay, then you have a good relationship. If he can't, then you don't. But I think overall it's something worth pursuing, staying with, and following it through. Okay?
Okay. And did you see on the marriage if that was?
Well, I do see that that's the byproduct if all goes as I'm Okay, free will's involved. In other words, the potential
Okay.
right now is that he wants to clear this from his past. He wants to get better. Okay? But the only way he's going to get better is if you're a strong partner and you don't enable him, but rather set boundaries. Then you leave the space for him to do what he needs to do. Okay? Now, on top of that, if all that happens, yes, the potential there's for marriage.
Okay.
Okay, and by the way, I know it's a hard one, and I hear underneath that he will be eternally grateful to you for not letting him get one over on you. In other words, quite often people who are addicts, they play tricks with their own mind and they play tricks with everybody around them because they are not, they're not grounded. It's 12-step program is to get you grounded and get real about these things. Do you go to Codependence Anonymous or anything like that? I'm not Codependence, Al-Anon or Al-Arcanon or whatever they're called, all these alignment organizations. No. Well, you might want to consider that, or just read some books on it, or even go into counseling on your own and go to see a counselor, because this is tricky. It's not easy. Okay? It's not easy. It's growth. I said growth in the beginning because that's what Spirit was saying, and growth is what it is. It's also helping you overcome hurdles of neediness to be in a relationship. It's only through growth can you actually have a relationship with this person. And two of you chose to be together this lifetime, to meet in this lifetime. Okay, so that each of you would have a development, a soul development. And if you fail your side of it, if he fails his side of it, you don't go to marriage. If the potential, however, for growth and going to marriage is there. Does that make sense to you, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Because he's wanting to get married, but I'm holding back because of the addiction, the tantrums, not following through with doing what each other's going to do.
Absolutely. You have to take care of yourself, and you're doing the absolute right thing. So if you do need support in that process, then that's what I just suggested is you might want to go to one of those Al-Anon groups or something like that for support, or a counselor or whomever it might be. I don't know all the resources available to you where you live, but it doesn't seem like you do. It seems like you're very wise, Cindy, and that you know what you're doing with this.
Thank you. Yeah, I just didn't know how much time I should give to it before I say, okay, should I walk away? Or is this person really wanting to change and trying? Or
okay, just give me the initials of his name, and then I have to let you go. What are the initials of his name?
CB.
CD? CB? B. Okay, CB. Hold on. Yeah, he wants to change. Whether he can change is another matter. But if you relinquish control, let him, it's like cutting him loose. Go off, do your own thing. Then you give him the opportunity to heal. If you see him while he's abusing, then you will get nowhere. Okay, so it's a big experiment. There's no set thing. The potential there, though, and if I look to his energy and his mind and everything, he wants to get better. Now, you have to, so you can put a timeline on it. How long will you allow this to be so? Don't forget, you are very involved with this person. It's not like you could say, well, I give it 6 months. If he doesn't clean up his act by then, I'm on to something else. Well, maybe you can, but it is important to set limits, boundaries, and learn how to set them for yourself. That's why this is very serious, and you might have to go see a counselor to help you weigh it out. Okay, love?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, honey. God bless. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay, and so I'm going to go to Dawn now, who's been waiting a little while and has a live question. Hello, Dawn. How are you, honey? Dawn?
Hi, how are you today?
I'm great, honey. How are you?
Good. I'm from Long Island as well.
Oh, wonderful. As well as who? Me? Oh, my family. Yeah. I didn't know you were on so long. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Yeah, I have some family from Long Island. I was raised in Queens, New York, but my mother and everybody, eventually my mother was on Long Island, her sister. I still have a lot of relatives out there. So welcome to the show, Dawn. Thanks for calling in. And if you would just give me your question, not a lot of background, honey.
Question is, my wife, I'll call her my wife. We're not married, but we have a kid, and we've been together 10 years. So I present her as my wife. We're going through an extremely tough time right now.
Don't give me background, honey. Just give me the question.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just wondering if we're going to stay together.
No, you're not. I don't know why they say this, but I'm going to give you facts behind it, okay? It feels like this is irreparable in some way, like a betrayal, and somebody's not going to be able to get over this. I feel that she's pushing you away a lot. Okay, whatever's going on your end, if that is on your end, has got to stop. Okay, are you okay? Are you in the wind? What's happening over there?
That's right.
Is it just interference on the line?
No, I can't hear you.
Okay, there's a lot of noise on the line. I'll just say it again slowly. I feel that there's some irreparable damage done to the connection. Sounds like a betrayal, feels like a betrayal, and that it feels like she's not trusting you anymore. Dawn? Dawn, honey, can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me, sweetie?
Yes, hello?
Did you hear me? Did you hear me? Yeah, okay. I need you to validate, if you can, what I just said. Did you want me to repeat it? Were you able to hear me?
Yeah, could you repeat it, please?
Sure. Seems like there's I'm hearing from Spirit, there's irreparable damage in the relationship. It seems to be an issue of trust, and I feel that she's pushing you away because she does not trust you anymore. Is that
exactly 100% right?
Okay, and that is not going. And if I have to make a prediction, and I want you to know that any prediction made is just the current energy. Okay, there's always things you can do, but as of right now, it's not repairable. Right now. Okay, so that means that you're going to have to do things to repair it. You can do meditation, project thought out. You can go to counseling. You can prove it to her through actions that you take. But as of right now, it's not repairable. You need to take some action to repair it.
Yeah, I'm trying to right now.
All right. Well, you're a good guy. I hear you're a very good boy. I don't know who's telling me this from Spirit. You're a good boy, and you're going to take care of everything the way it needs to be done. But it will take time, and she needs to be convinced. Actions speak louder than words, and I'm sure she said this to you a few times. And the only way to do this really is through action. Okay, my dear.
Very good. Thanks very much.
You're welcome, honey. God bless. Bye-bye. Okay. And now, if anybody would like a private session with me, I just want to remind you that I do have a discount for listeners of the show. Just go to booklaura.com, and when you book or pay for your session, put down the radio show and the date, and you will be given an extra third time included in the price you pay for. Such a deal. As well, if you'd like to join our mailing list, you will be in to win a session with me. So that is done by going to spiritmediumtv.com and joining the mailing list on the upper right of the page. I've already done Holly. I've got a couple more people there. There's somebody here at 312. Hello, who is this? Hi.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, your name, please?
Tina.
Tina? T-I?
Yeah.
Tina.
Tina.
Okay. I can't get it, honey, because I'm talking and you're talking at the same time. Is it Tina or Keena?
Tina.
Tina! Okay. All right. Big hugs to you, Tina. Okay. So now what I need you to do, love, is Oh, that's interesting. Tina? Tina, I don't know what happened. Something happened weird there. Okay. I need you to give me your question, if it's a question or if you want an other side connection. What are you looking for today?
I wanted to know when you see me moving.
You're going to be moving soon, actually. It's not going to take very much time. You're almost like 1 foot out the door, they're telling me. I guess your mind is out the door. You want to change. You're ready for change. You just haven't found the place yet. Or I guess there's some other things that go along with it that are really holding you back. But it's not going to be that long, and the opportunity will come into you. There seems to be some money issues surrounding this that make the transition a little difficult right now. But I feel that somebody you're living with right now also wants you out, doesn't want you to be there any longer, and you will be able to find another place. It feels like you're living with family still. Is that correct, love?
No, I'm living by myself.
Oh, okay. Why do I see your mother and your father around you for some reason? I see them like as if they're trying to, I don't know, say something to you. Maybe they're saying you need to move. I don't know.
No, they're not. No.
Well, the answer is yes, you will be moving soon. You want to move. You just need to collect the monies to move, but that won't take as long as you think. And it might be a way for you to get out sooner rather than later. Feels an urgency there by actually, okay, you do have family members that might be able to temporarily offer you a room until you move to the next place. And that might be a way for you to get out fast. Okay, so that's probably why I saw your mother, father, and I think you also have a brother. Is that right, honey?
Yes, I do.
I think that he would allow you to stay with him for a while, and he wouldn't bother you very much, whereas your parents might bother you a lot more. So, you'll get along with him pretty well until you can make your final move to where you really want to go, which seems to be a different location completely, maybe a different city even. But for now, do that. Get yourself together, save some money, and then plan your big move. Okay, honey?
Yes, thank you.
All right, honey. God bless.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, honey. Bye.
God bless you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, I'm going to pull in Susie B. Susie B! Are you there?
Hello, Laura. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How about you, darling?
I'm doing good. I got my closet fixed now, so I'm good.
Wonderful. Hey, wonderful.
Can actually get organized again.
Yeah, we have a couple of minutes left. I'm going to see if anybody in the chat room wants to ask a question, or if somebody wants to call in, or if you have a question. Do you have a question? I'll give you an answer quickly.
I do have a question because I'm juggling around an idea, and I wanted to see if it's in my highest and best interest to possibly change homes.
Yes. Oh, my goodness, really? Hold on for a second. Now, see, it's hard for me to read for you because I know you. Is it in her highest and best good to change homes? You mean the same question you asked me the other day about moving to Long Island? Or a different idea?
No, not Long Island.
Just move around where you are.
To go into a bigger home.
Oh, wow.
Believe it or not.
Well, that would work. Let's see here. Highest and best good for that, yes.
Almost like a two-family style.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Hold on. I want to go to Spirit because see, the problem is I know too much about you. So hold on. I'm going to try to be objective. Yes or no? Yes, it's a fabulous idea. Why did you wait so long? Spirit's saying. Your mother's shaking her finger at you, but you know why. But yeah, that's a very good idea. That's a very, very good idea. Economically feasible for you now. And it's a new thing you never thought of before. It will allow you to have more dominion and control over your life, more so than you thought before. You'll like it very much as well. It looks to me like you might enjoy more of a duplex style versus a two-story style. In other words, the home lateral to you versus above you, the second one. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, because I don't think you'd like people over your head, okay? And it will work out for you economically, so don't worry about that.
And I was wondering if this would involve moving, combining things with Kenny again. And so I was wondering, I don't want it to hold him up or me up.
It won't hold him up.
A potential relationship.
Well, I hear it won't hold him up. It won't hold you up either. Both of you are in a good place emotionally, and it will not hold you up. But I'm not sure it will. Yeah, well, actually, what I get is kind of interesting. As we move into the future, I do see Kenny moving into a relationship with another woman, and that she will have her own money anyway. So it's not like he needs to have his assets released so that he can move forward. He will have a woman. It looks to me like she works in medicine or she's like a nurse or something, and that he will. I don't know how that's going to happen, but whoever it is going to come in. This is way out. Okay, I'm really projecting on a thread here. Whoever it is will have her own wherewithal and will not need that from him, and they'll have a different kind of connection. And you'll be fine with that, and you'll be happy with it, and actually you'll get along with that person as well. So don't worry about it. Seems good.
All righty then. Very good.
Yeah. I'm going to see something. I've never done this before. If anybody is waiting in the thank you, sweetie.
90 seconds.
Thank you, sweetie. I'm going to put you back in the phone lines there. Anybody that's waiting in the chat room has a question, I will be more than happy to give you a first answer to that. A quick answer to that. Anybody have a question? We have a couple of guests, but nobody's typing. Mia? Nope, everybody's gone. Okay, nobody's typing anything. Okay, so I will assume that nobody has a question. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. It's been
60 seconds.
Absolute pleasure to work with all of you, and I look forward to doing it again with you Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Namaste.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio.